afternoon, beautiful you. Yes, I'm talking to you that is looking at me. You're welcome to Aside Hot, where we break down the week's most talked about stories with truth, edge, and just the right dose of entertainment. My name is Ifoma Oji, and I'm right here with Omalicha, Shasha, and Mchuku.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sharon. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Are you sure you're fine?
Very sure.
Okay.
Are you fine?
Yes, I'm fine. Always fine. Even though sometimes Nigeria happens, I'm fine. All right, let's go straight to today's stories. Now, for the first story. Now, Blord actually came out on social media to advertise a certain phone, and when he was done advertising, Very Dark Man clapped back at him, saying that the slated price for the phone, which is an iPhone, that the iPhone was actually iPhone XR that he was selling for iPhone 17, and he was selling it for 450,000 naira. And according to Very Dark Man, he said he traveled to China and he got to discover that the alleged phone is actually 280,000 naira. Now, social media has been awash with, the entire news, the backlash. Even Blord came out to tell, Very Dark Man, that he just visited China of recent, that he has more like a factory, or more like he owns businesses in Guangzhou in China, and he should come for schooling, that he doesn't know anything about business. And like I said earlier, this has been garnering a lot of attraction or reaction on social media. But before I make my comment, Sharon, let me hear from you.
All right, just to give us the correct backstory, it is an XR that was improved to look like an iPhone 17. And this was modified in China. So what this means is that they take an iPhone XR, which is the same height, the same length as the newly released iPhone 17, and then they make it look like iPhone 17. They just change some certain specifications and it looks like iPhone 17, and you're not able to tell the difference. So Blord was the first person that brought this to our attention, and he said that this phone is going for 450,000 naira. Now, VDM has come out to say that he was also in the same China when all of this was happening, and he saw the news that Blord gave about the price of this modified XR that looks like the newly released iPhone 17, and he's actually selling his for 280,000 naira. My question is, when you go to the market, right, and you want to buy a pen, if Mr. Tajuddin is selling for 50 naira, and Mrs. Okonkwo is selling for 20 naira, it doesn't make Mr. Tajuddin a bad person if he's selling for 50 naira, because he knows where he's buying from. Exactly. He knows the people that are supplying him at what rate. It might be that the other lady might be fortunate enough to get it at a discount rate or at a wholesale price or directly from the supplier. Now, it doesn't make the other person a bad person. I think what VDM is trying to do is making it look as though Blord is trying to extort people. It's his business. He has come out to say it's 450K. The same phone, I can sell it 500,000 naira. It's my business. I know the things that are involved. I know how much I got it. So I don't think VDM can come out and call out somebody for selling or putting a price tag to his own goods.
But there was something that VDM did. He posted a number of, the phone number where Nigerians can actually directly contact those persons selling the upgraded, more like XR or the iPhone that is kind of upgraded to iPhone 17. Look alike though. So he posted the number. So I'm like, do you see it as a form of like that Very Dark Man is trying to spoil Blord's business? Because a lot of persons are coming out to say something like that. Are you seeing it in that light?
You want to order a phone, a particular phone from China. Do you know how much you're going to spend on shipments?
He said 280,000 naira, including shipping.
Okay, now he's giving out 280. Okay, that's amazing. If it's going to include shipment, then kudos to you. If you're able to get in contact with those suppliers directly from China, it means maybe he's putting people on and he's trying to get people to have access now to this particular supplier. Now for Blord, I understand Blord, because if I am into the phone business and I get an opportunity to work with these Chinese suppliers that can do what I want them to do, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to come out and announce it to you all because I want to make my profits. But now deciding on if it's actually 280K and making it 450K, now that's his business. I don't know why, I don't know if that's how much he got it originally and he now added, or if he got it at a higher price. We really don't know. But there is something that Blord told VDM. I'm not siding anybody. I'm just approaching it from the Igbo man business sense of things. If I'm able to get access to something that is limited, if I'm able to get access to something that I know that my market back home wants, I am going to protect that information. But VDM wanted to come and put on everybody. He has nothing to lose. He's not a business person. This is the type of thing that he does.
So people are actually saying that this is more like indirect marketing, that he has a certain gain in the entire thing.
Then good for him. If he has, good for him. Everybody is just for himself.
Yeah, but I just wanted to ask a deep question now, because this whole thing is landing down on Nigerians, and I wanted to ask, why are Nigerians so easily drawn to, you know, all these rebranded or upgraded gadgets without even verifying the authenticity?
Because things are hard.
Everybody wants to belong.
Hard, and the actual prices of these luxury items, especially for iPhones, are quite expensive. I think the original iPhone 17 is 2 million, 2 points thereabouts. It's really expensive, and because of the fear of missing out, people don't want to miss out. They want to jump into every trend. So what they're going to do is to try and get that recent trend at all costs. You are talking about China is even far. You're saying they have a number where they can call. Go to Alaba. iPhone 17, you will see it. 280K is even expensive. We won't see 230. I saw someone in the comment section that said she saw hers for 230. So even VDM is expensive. So Nigeria, anything is possible. Yeah, exactly. Anything is, because they say that I've actually spoken to people who do these things in Alaba, right? And they say they don't even need to go to China to couple all of these things together. Before iPhone 17 came out, I think it was iPhone, I don't know what the iPhone, I think it was 16 or 15, I can't remember. But they were saying something about how they would just take a particular iPhone, a lesser iPhone that looks like that, go back, change certain things, maybe the battery or the camera, and give it that packaging, and it would look like that exact phone they want. So maybe if you even go to Alaba, you say iPhone 17 for 130.
iPhone 17. Nigeria, for me, I feel like there's a lot of fake life. Everybody just wants to belong in Nigeria, so they don't even care if the phone you're selling to them is the real. They even know that it's not real. Some of them, just like what you said, some of them might actually have maybe Techno, and then they will buy iPhone XR or maybe iPhone 17 pack, and then they will pose as, I have iPhone 17 pack. I even saw what is it called, this man, this footballer, Victor Osimhen. They were saying that he was actually in this 2025, he's still posing, or he's trying to post on social media that he has iPhone 17. So it's more like everybody's just trying to belong, you know, own the latest iPhone, blah, 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 and the rest of them. But let's move to a more serious story. Now, in Ogun State, the Ogun State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Tomi Koka, raised serious concern about the surge in mental health disorders. Over 10,000 patients treated in just 6 months, with 1,000 new cases emerging recently. Now, that's a staggering figure for a single state in such a short time frame, especially considering Nigeria's general neglect of mental health infrastructure. Now, I read this and I was like, Nigeria, my country. Now, World Bank and WHO actually came out one time and they estimated that over 60 million Nigerians suffer from one form of mental disorder or the other. Now, of recently, I think that was today, I actually saw a post by the World Health Organization. They are actually saying that, that mental brain disorder kill about 11 million Nigerians yearly. And they were urging the government to prioritize the mental health of Nigerians. And Sharon, I just want to say, before I even say anything on this, like, what does this say about Nigeria? Apart from the educational sector, apart from every other thing, let's just remove every other thing. What do you see this, and what are your projections on the number of people that maybe might actually die as a result of this new development, or a lot of people that will equally, have mental disorders in coming years?
I think it just says a lot about the health state of Nigeria as a whole. I think Nigeria is a country that is bordering heavily on neglect. There is a lot of things that we neglect as a nation. When you look at our industries, when you look at some of our sectors, if it's not the oil sector, it's not going to get 100% attention. When you look at the education sector, you look at the healthcare, and I'm not surprised that even mental health is gathering such numbers. The number of people suffering with mental health disorders in Nigeria. See, I'm going to point us back to a period during Big Brother Naija. A particular housemate, Angel, during her time, she was always hammering on, oh, my mental health, my mental health, my mental health. And when you look at the comment section, people used to drag her like small tiger generator because they could not understand the concept of mental health. What are you telling me, that you're suffering from mental health because you lost somebody? You're not going to get up and go and look for what to do? What do you mean that you have past traumas, that you had traumas to deal with as a child? Nigeria as a whole, we have not yet gotten to that point where we see mental health problems as an actual health problem or as being ill. Because right now, if you are not sick with malaria, if you do not have a cold, you don't have catarrh, they don't think any other thing, they don't see it as serious, or maybe one terminal disease. Mental health issues is something that it is so obvious that Nigerians are battling with. Because when you drive out on the road, the type of drivers we see, it is obvious that people have mental health issues.
Yes.
When you communicate with people, Nigerians are one of the most easily irritated people. They lack patience. They can't wait. We talked about traffic lights the other day, how they had to hold a koboko so that they don't pass it before time. That impatience, it just says a whole lot. Everybody is always rushing to go somewhere without actually processing their feelings, what they are feeling in that moment. So when you ask me, oh, what do I think is going to happen in the next years with the number of people who are suffering from mental health issues, I think it's going to ×3. It is going to x3. Because what we are seeing now is just it's just a tip of the iceberg. Because to be honest, when you talk about therapy, how many Nigerians believe in therapy?
Exactly.
How many Nigerians can afford therapy? And if we're being honest, it also still boils down to the fact that hunger plays a major issue. I have not eaten. You want me to go and give my money to another person and I'll sit down and talk to the person about my business, about my problem? I don't think it's going to happen. So at the end of the day, the government needs to start prioritizing, first of all, the healthcare, and then pay attention to mental health awareness, making that information available for every Nigerian, and also making provisions for mental health institutions. And I also want to say that I like the fact that the other day there was the unveiling of mental health institutions in Anambra State by Pastor Ebuka, and I think it's really nice when individuals can come together to agree that mental health is a real issue, and I'm going to put my money down on that.
Okay, well said. Well, if I'm to say anything, I remember one time I visited Lagos, and my friend then told me that for you to live or stay in Lagos, you have to be mad, like you have to be crazy. And she said it to me, and I stepped on the streets of Lagos and I discovered that what she said was true. But coming to think about this mental health issue, I was actually reasoning, I was seeing it in a bigger picture. A bigger picture in the sense that she just made that statement, but she doesn't know that it carries a lot of deep meaning that needs to be looked into. That you go to Lagos and that for you to live or survive in Lagos, you have to have some sort of, you know, craziness or madness in you. It does not speak well of Nigerians. Why would somebody even come out to even tell you that in the first place? It says a lot about Nigeria, the state, not just the health sector. I'll still visit the health sector. But Nigerians, citizens are really going through a lot. Now, how can you tell a normal on average Nigerian citizens to be mentally stable where their house rent is over 1 point something million and they earn around 50,000 naira, and you still see some of them, they have about 4 persons in their family, they can have about 4 children or 3 children to feed, so many mouths to feed. We are not even talking about extended families or the rest of them. Some of them that will call you and tell you, brother, please can you send me money, which if you don't send to them, they'll be seeing you as a stingy man. But at the end of the day, they don't know that you are going through a lot just to survive. Now, that aside, we know about the increments, the inflation in Nigeria, and how even the government is coming to our faces and telling us that they have done something, they've sorted it out, but we are seeing the prices of petroleum, skyrocketing. Is it not of recent that we saw that gas, the price for gas from 1,500 has risen to 2,000 naira? All these things is landing on Nigerians' back. And just like what the governor of Anambra State said, that some persons need brain evaluation. I'm just going to pick that because I think at this point Nigerians need to visit psychiatrists. And let me talk about the health sector. We don't prioritize, the government do not prioritize the health sector. It's as if our revenue generation, we pay or we actually allot maybe like up to 5%, according to statistics, 5% to the health sector. That is too minute for a health sector in Nigeria, and it is so sad that the government is not even prioritized. They are not even seeing this as an urgent matter or something that need to be treated urgently. For me, I feel it's quite sad. Do you know that even the WHO and World Bank have actually said that they estimated that Nigeria have less than 250 psychiatrists, professionals in Nigeria, while we have how many cases of mental health disorder? Now it's more like these people, it's more like one psychiatrist to about 800 patients, and that is overwhelming, that is alarming. And should I even talk about how they are, apart from being underfunded, how they stress themselves out? And is it not of recent that we saw that one doctor collapsed during a procedure? And to be honest, like, I can go on and on and on. And just like you said, I think at this point, Nigerian government need to prioritize the health sector, because like they said, that health is wealth at the end of the day. But let's move on to the third story. A young woman went viral after claiming her lips swelled painfully from using an attraction Kayamata lip gloss. She thought she was buying beauty. Instead, she got a chemical burn. Is this a wake-up call for NAFDAC? Is it time for consumers to start asking hard questions? What's in this product? Is it safe? Who approved it? Because the real glow comes from confidence and not chemicals. I would actually want us to watch this video because I felt mixed. I had mixed reactions when I watched this video, and the only thing I could think of is, why is it that Nigerians, especially Nigerians ladies, always try as much as possible to kind of seek validation? I don't know if it is from their female folks or the other gender, which is the male folks. I don't know why they invest so much on, botching or increasing their lips or the rest of them, just for people to say you are beautiful, forgetting the fact that you have to tell yourself in the first place that you are beautiful regardless of anything. But before I continue, Sharon, let me hear you. Do you think that this increases a lot of things, or kind of displays a lot of things in Nigeria about, you know, beauty and the scandals that come with beauty? Or are you seeing maybe NAFDAC not actually delivering on what they are supposed to do? Because according to them, there's a NAFDAC, the National Agency for Food and Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Do you think that they are not doing more when it comes to, you know, cosmetics in general?
I don't think so. And I say that because when you look at that lip gloss the young lady is holding, there's no NAFDAC number, there's no address, no ingredients. She knew what she was buying. She called it an attraction lip gloss. It is not scientifically proven that you will apply a lip gloss and it would attract people to you. So this is obviously a spiritual product, a spiritual cosmetics. Kayamata has been in the Nigerian market for the longest time, with women relying on it to hold down their men. They have the beads, they have the perfumes, different things. And these things are made in the backyard of somebody. They just wake up, make it, package it, and sell it. And I like the fact that they are very clear. They tell you what it is. It is not a lip. If she wanted a lip gloss, I don't want to call the brand because they are not sponsoring. There's a transparent lip gloss you can go and get, and you know it's NAFDAC approved and it's been there for a long time. There are big beauty brands with lip gloss, local beauty brands and international beauty brands that you can buy from. So her going to buy Kayamata lip gloss, I think she knew what she was signing up for. It's not everything I'm going to blame enforcement agencies, especially like the NDLEA. This one is just her personal business and she knows what she was looking
So,
out
but
for.
are you trying to say that anybody can just come out, open up, you know, a brand and then start selling out to people without NAFDAC kind of approving such products?
They should be able to approve such products. I'm saying to the people that buy, I'm talking to the lady in question here, to the people that go and buy such products and you don't see NAFDAC number, in fact you see nothing, it is not with any, there's nothing written on it and you're buying it, I think they are the ones that have the problem and they are the ones I'm going to blame more in this situation.
Yeah, I think well said. I will actually buy the idea because a lot of Nigerians, like I said earlier, especially the female, I don't know why they always try as much as possible to go under the knife just to enhance themselves. Now, originally, this Kayamata was emanated from the northern women who, you know, mix some sort of, you know, herbal, it's more like herbal mixtures whereby they mix a lot of things together herbally and they sell it out just to enhance beauty or maybe some sort of sexual inducement for people. I don't know why they are doing that, but we are seeing that a lot of brands now go overboard, especially on social media. You will see most of them, they will tell you I am selling lip gloss, Wonder lip gloss. Is it not, was it last week or last 2 weeks that I even saw a certain pastor, she was selling more like this water can. It was more like olive, it's not olive oil but some sort of, you know, oil for power. She says it's power oil or something like that, and I'm like, we are seeing Nigerians buying that, and I'm like, where is your sense? Where somebody will come and tell you attraction cream, you will buy attraction cream. Who do you want to attract? Just like what you said, they know exactly what they are looking for. If you feel that you are not enough, maybe you should try as much as possible to visit the hospital, mental health hospital for, you know, help, because I feel like at this point you need help. I just want to tell every lady out there, apart from the fact that I told you to go visit a mental health care organization or the hospital, psychiatrist or hospital, to check your mental health. But at the same time, I just want to pass this message to you that you are beautiful. God has made you beautifully and wonderfully. You are beautifully and wonderfully made by God, and you should actually focus on other things that will showcase your beauty to the world, which is more like improving yourself. Let people see the inner you, different from what they are seeing on the outer parts. Just show them that you're way beyond what they are seeing, and that's just what I'm going to say on this particular topic. And we're going to move over the fourth story, which is a rare mix of inspiration and reality. A student from Ekiti State University celebrated her solo sign-out, being the only student in her department from 100 level to 400 level. Yes, she started alone and then she finished alone. Her story is both heartwarming and heartbreaking. It reflects her unshakable determination, but also exposes how much Nigeria's higher educational system is struggling. Poor funding, low enrollment, and outdated courses. Sharon, when I saw this, I was so super happy for this lady. I mean, she is so beautiful, and she just bagged her what is it called, her cert in, I think that should be environmental sciences. And for me, it was beautiful to see, but I was seeing a different picture. I'm like, what if tomorrow she wants to vie for a certain position in government, and then she's being asked, who are your classmates? Now, I watched one interview with Sheun in Channels TV where he was trying to interrogate one man that was trying to kind of stand beside Dave Umahi concerning the whole controversy and the rest of them, and even the president and the rest of them. And he said something to him. He said, are you no, not Dave Umahi, the senator Nnaji, the one that later resigned because of falsification of results. And the man was trying to defend him, and Sheun was like, why are you defending him? And he was not like that. He doesn't want to talk about this topic, that he is not really interested in the topic. And he was like, Sheun was like, did you graduate right? And the man was like, yes, I graduated. But you that is asking me the question, who are your classmates? Did you graduate? Where are your certificates? And Sheun was like, I have classmates. So it was more like evidence there, in full ground. So I just wanted to ascertain something from this lady's story now. If she is being asked this question in the future, what do you think should be her backup answer?
I don't even think that should be the bone of contention, to be honest, whether she had classmates or not. When I saw that story, my first reaction was, why? And I just did not understand what would have happened that in a full department, environmental sciences, that she would be the only one. Now, the university has to come out, or just the department or even the faculty has to come out and explain what exactly went wrong, what happened. The young lady being the only person in her department to start and to finish, I just don't understand what happened. I would have loved it if the young lady told us exactly what happened. Oh, I was the only person in my department because of so reason. I was the only person in my, because it does, I have never, this is the most bizarre thing I've heard when it concerns education in the longest time, that there is only one person in a particular department. And Ekiti State, it's very funny that it's the Ekiti State University, because Ekiti State people are known for furthering education, being professors here and there, and their love for the academia. So now hearing this about, I want to understand what is going on. Is it low turnout of kids registration now, people trying to get into the university? Did people have problems? Was it an examination malpractice issue? What was it exactly? I still don't understand what happened. in as much as I really love the fact that she was able to finish and she graduated, but I can only imagine how lonely it would have been for her for 4 years, being the only person in class. That does not make sense in any way to me. How did the lecturers find this okay? How did the dean find it okay? How did the HOD find it okay? Why? What happened? Is this a norm? Can the people who schooled in Ekiti State University, I need you all to come tell us in the comments section, is this a norm with the university over there? Is there something going on that we are not seeing? Because I love the fact that people are congratulating her, but this just shows a huge loophole in our education sector. And this is not secondary school, mind you, this is the university. I have never heard something like this. So even before I start thinking of the future, I want to understand the past. What prompted it? What happened? So that it doesn't happen to someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. But I just wanted to ask this. Do you think that her story should inspire or motivate hope, or does it expose the failure of academic support systems?
Actually, both. So it should both motivate, and it also exposes the failure of our education system, like I just said.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that there is something really wrong. And I'm sorry to tie the two stories together, but we also have to remember that the story we talked about, where students were packing water in their classroom, was also in Ekiti State. Now, this is also Ekiti State University. So I think the Ekiti State government needs to come and explain something to the public. What is actually going on over there? Because we are not there, we can't really tell. We need people that are there to come and explain it to us. And we are asking for answers. Now, how is it that both stories are happening in a particular state? It just goes to show that there is something more that is going on here that we can't see. And yes, her story is one of hope. It is one of remarkable hope for people, especially people who have a better setting. You have a healthy group of students around you that would help you, rally around you to read, encourage you to go to classes. It would just prove that you have people to rely on, and you should appreciate what you have, because this is somebody that had none of that and she still finished, and she finished strong. So I think that's just it on my side.
Well, congratulations to her. I mean, I had to bring this talk or this particular topic because social media has been awash because of this. A lot of people saying a lot of things, and some of them were actually motivational, some of them were demoralizing. But I just want to say big congratulations to her and more wins on her life endeavors. Now, from fake phones to real mental battles, from beauty gone wrong to a lone academic warrior, these stories remind us that Nigeria is a land of contrast, brilliance, hustle, and heart. So whether you're buying, studying, or just surviving, the rule stays the same. Stay informed, stay cautious, stay proud, and stay active, just like active citizens. Well, remember to follow us on all our social media platforms at Active Citizens. And you can find me on my private page on Facebook at Oji Sophia, and on Instagram. You can find me at Miss Alex Sharon.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Sharon Nmchuku.
Till we see you in the evening for Active Citizens Parliament. Do have a beautiful afternoon.